How do we create a high-performing culture in a pandemic? Teachers are not near us. We can't have them near us. I say, what COVID did was, it did not do anything. How do I say this? How do I usually say this? COVID demonstrated failed systems or successful systems. It basically exposed what we had going on already. I'm taking the theatrical, dramatical, the pause for a reason. What you think about that? COVID exposed what we had, what we were doing already. Black males, here's a stat, are suspended 3 times higher than any other population in the country. I read article after article after article where young black men are being suspended in Zoom for very, very frivolous things. The things that are very, very frivolous, and they're being suspended, kicked out. That's not anything new. That is what we have done already. It's what we go to. Let me give you some stats that we often don't hear, especially when it comes to black males. Because I keep saying black males can graduate at 80, 90, and 100%. I keep saying that over and over again. If you watch any of my tapes, you watch any of my videos, you follow me on Instagram, social media, Twitter, LinkedIn. I wouldn't say MySpace, but that doesn't exist anymore. YouTube, I say it all the time. Black and brown males can graduate high school at 80 and 90 and 100%. Let me give you a stat that you probably don't hear. Black males, there are over 2 million black men right now that are in college. Over 2 million black men right now in college. There are over 1 million black men right now that have obtained a college education. Why is that significant? Why is that important? Because there's so many people that think that, and this is a real statement, this is real, that a young black male, they're not good for anything but entertainment, rapping, singing, dancing, athletics. And then when it comes to the intellect, we think, oh, well, there's that one black guy that's smart. There's President Barack Obama, but he's half white, so he must got his intelligence from the white side. You know what I'm talking about. It's just, he has the swag from the black side. It's ridiculous. So we think, and there's so many people, when we talk about prejudice, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, so many people that think that if you're black, they, kind of just disregard your intellectual ability. I give you a story. So me and my friends, we went down to vacation in Miami. Now, it was me, my buddy, he's an attorney, another buddy of mine who's a police officer who played football together, another buddy of mine who's a police officer, and it was 3 more of us. And we kind of all showed up to this villa off of the beach, really nice. This is a 20th floor overlooking the beach. The water, it was like South Beach, and the water was like crystal blue. Whoo! As I'm in New York with a hat on and gloves and a jacket and a face mask and everything else I miss being in. Never mind, I digress. Anyway, so we were there, and then so one of my buddies had brought his girlfriend, or this woman that he was dating at the time, and she met all of us. And we were just having education, talking about our profession, talking about what we were doing. And when we left, my buddy who's a police officer told us, man, and now mind you, this young lady was a white young lady, and she said to him, I didn't know that there were so many black men that were college educated. Now she said that out of, I guess pure ignorance, right? Because because in her circle of people that she hang around with, she doesn't see a lot of black men. And if everything that you're basing your information on for black men is in television and, media, then there would be a skewed perception on, how we view black men because they're not in your space. So in our minds, we would only think that when we see black men, they can only be drug dealers, killers, and stealers, or athletes, and rappers and entertainers. And if they're a rapper and entertainer, they must have been a former drug dealer, right? That's how they got in the game. Hey, to all you rappers, if there's any rapper that is listening to me, I know you can't, you can't play certain music or can't rap about certain things, but come on. Listen, start telling people that you're sending your kids to private school. Start telling these folks that, you're not just talking about having bling and all this other stuff, and I'll outdate myself. My son says, Daddy, I want some drip. I didn't even know what that was. I had to look it up in Urban Dictionary. He's 6. He know what drip is. I guess that's, ice or whatever the case may be. But nevertheless, start telling these folks that you are educated and that you got college degrees. Let's stop playing games, because somebody in Idaho or Utah and all these different places where black people are not there and all they're getting is what they see on television, they make this assumption that black men are not educated, they're not husbands, they're not fathers, they're not, right? So we want to make sure, and I said that to say this, principles, we want to make sure that as you're going to do the work, that as you're doing the work, your paradigm is clear, that when you're looking at young men of color, there's not a preconceived prejudice, prejudging, there's not a preconceived notion to say, this young man is not worth the education. This young man, because how he looks right now, won't be successful in the future because the way he came in today, he's in special education. He doesn't feel like coming to class. All these other things. It is up to you, the leaders, to change that. Well, we can lead a horse to water, but we can't make it drink, but we can make the horse thirsty. We got to get these young men thirsty about education. Thirsty because they deserve it. And leaders, I got to keep stressing the point to you to let you know how important you are. So, leads me to my next point. Principles. You are the most important individual in the building with regards to culture. Principles. You are the most important individual in the building with regards to the culture of the building. You are the most important person with regards to the vision of the building, to the mission of the building. And you are the second most important person with regards to student achievement. You're the second, because teachers are in the classroom with the child every day, teaching them, and we have, as principals, an indirect impact on student achievement. Superintendent, you are the most important person in the district with regards to how that district is performing. You are the most important person. If the school is failing, look at me in my face. If the school is failing, if you're not having success as the school, if you are a principal of a school that has been failing for 2 to 3 to 4 or 5 years and you're still on one of those naughty state lists, I want to tell you the truth as somebody who loves you. You are the reason why that school is still failing. What? It's not because of bad teachers. It's not because of the district. It's not because of the superintendent. It's not because, no, it's because of you. You are failing that school. We talk about how do you create a high-performing culture in spite of a pandemic. Principals, if you want to purchase, or school leaders, if you want to purchase this entire video, please email me below. Only $10. We'll get the entire video out to you. Secondly, we have a 10-week coaching session where we go through a cohort model and we give you all the strategies necessary for your school to be successful. And lastly, if you want to be a part of the one-on-one sessions where my team and I come into your school and we look at your data specifically for your school and what you have going on, we would love to do that and make sure that we help you take your school from where you are now to where you ultimately want to go. Again, this is Dr. Mark Abraham, President and CEO of MEA Consulting Services LLC. Until next time, have a great day.